It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and it'll be Kenny Moore. He's been very productive from his spot to secondary and could reach 70 tackles in this game. It's the Steelers and the Colts, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 24.
GA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Hoosier State and Lucas Oil Stadium in downtown Indianapolis. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They come in just in an absolute freefall, losers of 7 in a row.
And this is where you turn to your best players and look at them and say, can you guide us out of this? We've got to be better than what we've shown.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5. The byes are over. It's now a 4-week sprint to the finish, and we are underway here in Week 15. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here come the Colts to take over for the first time, and leading the way is the number 4 pick in the draft out of Florida. Here's Anthony Richardson.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Well, Charles, you think about this defense. This week in preparation, you couldn't hide the fact from them that they're facing a team that's lost 7 in a row. You just wonder if they prepared this
book right out of the gate in order to try and get something established and get things moving.
Here's a 2nd and 8. There, Richardson back to throw it. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Keanu Benton in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Richardson. Short. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
This drive didn't end well, but if they can keep stringing these together, they'll like what they're doing. That was an 8-play drive before it ended in a fumble. So the takeaway's got to be doing what we want to do and doing it well. Just got to take care of the ball at the end.
The Steelers offense set for their first possession here, and it's Kenny Pickett who will lead the way, the 2nd-year man, Charles, from Pitt.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Pickett back to throw. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards that time for number 14. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. Now 2nd and 9. Pickett will look to throw it here. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. If you look at this core defense, they've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out. Being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
That fights through one man. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The Steelers at 11-2 now, and they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. We have an injured player out there, and oh boy, that's the quarterback, Kenny Pickett, who's in some pain after that one. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Jalen Warren, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. On third down, here's Richardson. Pierce has it knocked loose and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Alert! Alert! Hey!
And they'll hand off to Hull. Shelling through the defense. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Second down, here's Richardson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
That is caught. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. They run on 1st down with Jackson. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Now Richardson. And this one complete to Smith. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Richardson on 3rd and short. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Richardson looking to throw. This pass reeled in by Hull.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it's 2nd down. Dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
Richardson working from the gun.
To the back of the end zone, but too high. Over everybody and incomplete.
And that drive is going pretty darn well. 3 previous times converted on 3rd down. But on that one, the defense rose up and said enough of that.
Again, knocks this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7.
You'll take punts. You really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession.
And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it out in order to try and get the upset win.
Running left, it's Warren.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Now it's Trubisky.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Boswell's kick is good, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
McKenzie will not return this, and it'll be brought out to the 25.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them, not easily none. Really good coverage all over the field, and it took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
Now this throw caught left side. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
11 more on that one and another first down.
Here's Richardson to throw. That complete to Downs.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Richardson to throw it. Over the middle, hauled in by Pierce.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. And now
seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Evan Hall with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Colts have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And we will likely not see another play here as they take the knee and head into the intermission all tied. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll get started up at Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland, and those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. Aaron Rodgers, 4 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's head to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati to see what's happening with the Bengals. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Joe Burrow leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference. Final adjustments taking place in both teams' locker rooms. We're closing in on the second half, and to bring it your way, let's go back up to Indianapolis and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Taking it about the 1. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger. Shakes off the sack. Sliding out of the pocket. Fighting through pressure. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. O'Shane Zimenez buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot. I know I'm supposed to do the analysis here, but I've got to ask, how does he stay alive that long in the pocket? Yeah, great footwork, which we know he has. If he would have been able to stay alive, get rid of the ball, or run for some yardage, he would have had a very unhappy defensive coordinator, I believe. No doubt about that. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Now we... They'll start this drive out on the ground. He stiff arms it. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. They may want to go back to that one
first play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Richardson looking to throw this. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge. That's a penalty as well. Sometimes you overset, they'll come inside of you. That's what speed does. It disrupts an offense. And right now, you've got to pay attention to this edge rusher on every single down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Richardson to throw off play action. Short throw to Smith. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the... They'll start on the ground here on first down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Escaping the pressure right. And got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards there, a big one. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down. From the 35, here's a 2nd down and 9. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Fighting through, and he's got space. And good power running, but he's still going to be about a yard short. He needed 9, he got 8. And that's going to leave him with a 4th and 1 on their side of the field.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
So it was 4th and 1. They wind up taking the 3. But I'm not sure that offensive unit, judging by the sideline, Charles, was in... After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They'll get this to the 24, and it's 2nd down. And now as we get toward the home stretch here, the regular season, Charles, let's take a look at the list of key inactives for them in this one.
Yeah, and after almost a full season of physical games, you know you're going to have some guys missing during the final weeks of the season. Nature of how we play this sport. Every team, you've got to be prepared to handle them. And the teams that focus on handling it, focus on guys getting ready to play, even if they're not starters, those are the ones that weather the storm.
Now it's Richardson. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. Yep.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Well, throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the off. They go play action with Richardson. Short throw to Smith.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. And they got to go thank the guys on D.
And he'll get a couple up to the 29. The Colts on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. A run here with Hull. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. From the shotgun, Richardson. And that, nearly picked off. Well, it would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's second down. Now an option play on second down. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They're holding on right now. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it... First and 10, Richardson looks to throw it. He'll get this one to Pittman. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. They come up now on 2nd and 2. On second down, here's Hull. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1. Here we go. This is 4th down. 4th down, desperation time. Here's Richardson, finding Pittman. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. Here's Richardson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Jackson with a catch. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Now Richardson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
They got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. And he is going to have a Steeler 1st down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. And Trubisky down to a knee, and that is all she wrote. And this is one of those games where if you win it, it feels extra special. But to lose a close one like this, Charles, remember where they didn't score any points in the 2nd half, that has to sting a bit more.
Absolutely, and I really think that they're going to spend so much time pouring over this game film, trying to figure out where their calls went wrong, how they didn't execute on certain plays. They were so close. Yeah, this one's going to linger for a little while as they try and diagnose this loss.
So for the Steelers, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12.